Are you ready to do all this?
I think so. We back?
Yeah, but hang on. Before we get started, I have a couple of realistic, like a one topic on the agenda that I think deserves a disclaimer to all the female listeners out there. It could be a triggering thing if you're in a relationship, all right? But just remember, this podcast is for entertainment purposes, and we joke. So if you get triggered easily, just probably bounce like
I'd
right
also
now,
like to
you
say
know?
that I don't know anything about what he's talking about.
Nah, word up, but you'll know. But before we get to all that, you know what I mean? Welcome back, everybody. This is Happy New Year, 2023.
Oh,
you know?
do you have like a special like?
No, I don't.
Hookup or nothing?
No, not at all. You know, I'm having issues trying to. That's why I got the laptop out today, trying to get some things situated. But it's 2023, and you still ain't got no damn headphones. You know?
I don't.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's get into the intro, and then we'll jump into the things that I want to talk about that could be what they are. All right. Welcome, everybody, back to the Kasson Avenue podcast. I'm trying to walk slowly with it because it's been a couple weeks. You know, I might be a little bit rusty, and I don't want to jump back into the used to be Kiona and Kasson, This is episode number 163. Thank you all for listening in advance, if you do indeed listen past this point, you know?
No, we appreciate you.
Shout out to all the new subs. We're up to 310 now, brother.
Yeah, look,
you know what I mean?
we are moving on up.
January 1st.
Extremely
and
slow,
we actually
but
did
we
it.
are moving up.
Yeah, we had a 300 goal at the beginning of the year, and we're 10 past that.
Oh, we did get to 300.
So, hey, high five to us, you know?
Look at that, achieving goals and shit.
It's a round of applause since you don't have your headphones, let you know. One of these days, man, you're going to have to get some headphones. All right, so before we we already got the disclaimer out the way, so we'll get into like, you know, where we've been and whatnot. But I'd like to just start this with what I believe to be a funny anecdote in the beginning, right?
Oh no.
I thought about this like, I don't know, a week or so ago, and then
Have you really thought about this though,
a little bit
before you talk about it?
Yeah.
I don't even, and I just want to say I have no idea.
No, it's cool.
I just feel like when you, it's like that. No disrespect, or with all due respect, or I like you, but it's like a whole bunch of
I like to think
right
that-
before
Think about it like this, right?
something stupid.
You remember?
said?
You remember when McDonald's got sued because they didn't put caution hot on their coffee?
Yep.
Because it's not like a preconceived notion or anything that coffee's hot.
Where are you going with this?
I'm just giving you a disclaimer. That's why we have to give the disclaimer, because people
Again,
don't know.
I am not Adam. Adam is Adam.
No, it's not even that bad.
All hate towards Adam.
It's not even that bad, but I think it is hilarious and triggering if you're in a relationship, particularly. And I think every guy, if you've dated women, more than one woman throughout the course of your life, has
Right.
experienced this to some degree.
Okay.
Right? And so I was watching Step by Step last
Day
night.
by day.
Old ass show, whatever, but still entertaining. And he had a very similar scenario, and it really solidified for me that I want to talk about it, at least for a minute, you know?
Okay.
So I'll give you his scenario, and then it'll pretty much just speak to everything that's going on. So his wife's like, oh, you know, I'm starting to think that you're not romantic at all, or whatever. And he's like, watch this, you know? So he was like, that usher.
Okay.
So he was like, listen, I'll plan a little weekend getaway for us. It's like, all you got to do is just show up wearing minimal
This is the
clothing.
husband?
And yeah. It's like, all you got to do is just show up wearing something sexy, and I'll do the rest, right?
Right.
And she was like, listen, I'll wear the sexiest shit you can handle if we can make this work.
This
whatever.
is a much raunchier show than I remember it being. Based on what the descriptions. If this is verbatim, if this is the actual text,
It wasn't quite verbatim because
Shit.
some of the lingo.
I show up sexy as you want, motherfucker. As long as you put it in my. You see, this is how it
Pause
goes.
all of that. So
I'm talking about that's what her name, what she said.
nah, I feel you, but
I'm
like,
talking about
you
it,
know,
Suzanne Summers' voice.
yeah.
That blonde, like, she was like known as a pretty like voluptuous woman, right? Like she had big titties and shit. Am I thinking about a different woman?
Probably because she wasn't like super voluptuous.
She's like Dolly Parton in a sense, right? Just
No,
like,
no, not
just
that
like a
big.
white woman with boobs.
No, not really.
No, okay.
I mean, the boobs weren't that big. But anyway, I digress. Moving on. So basically, right, here's what happens.
Right.
He sets up the reservations for the hotel they're gonna stay in, little weekend getaway. Start on the little journey. Okay, so he's driving.
Oh, he drove there.
Yeah, he drove there, and he's telling her like, "Oh, you know, I set up the reservations for this place. You remember when we went there last time?" And then she's like, "We never went there. We went somewhere else."
That's fucked up.
And then so he's like, "Oh, I think you're wrong. Like, who's the forgetful one now? You know, like we went there, da da da, da, like '89." And she's like, when did we meet? And he's like, yeah, it was like July 9th. And he caught himself. He's like, oh shit, damn. So she was like, so you went there with a whole nother woman? And he was like,
It's possible.
well, we're gonna pause right there at his story, okay? We continue because I want to give you like how he.
Adam is introducing the podcast in a different way.
I want to like talk about how he got himself kind of out of that jam in a way, right?
Okay.
Because personally, I don't think he was very smooth, but every man to some degree has some kind of story. Maybe on a more mild sense, whatever. But after you've been with somebody for a while, and maybe you dated somebody prior who you had been with for a while, stories sometimes start to get mixed up. Like, oh, where was I with this person compared to when I was
you
with
gotta be smooth and play alike and not do that type of shit.
right. But sometimes play
It's
fuck
like,
up.
did you ever see? There's the episode of Friends where Chandler and Monica are in their like whatever beginning stages of the relationship, and I guess they said for Valentine's Day we're gonna do a homemade gift, right? But it's got to mean something like sentimental,
Right.
So
Can't just be a card that you write with
the
crayon
day
on it.
of. He's stressing, can't figure it out, and she's doing.
Because he waited till the day of.
And unbeknownst to him, she's doing the same thing, right? She's stressing. So I forget what she comes up with, but he grabs a tape that he had in the box, right?
Oh,
And it ends up being a mixtape, and it's a dope mixtape. It's got music, whatever, but it ends up being a mixtape. To spoiler alert, his ex-girlfriend Janice. Oh my God!
And it would have worked out really fine until Janice's voice started.
I love you forever, Chandler Bing. I was like, oh,
Who
that's
the
fucked up.
Who the fuck records their own voice over something that somebody recorded for you? You know?
Dude? So,
right.
and speaking about what's his name in real life, Matthew
Perry.
Perry.
I'm calling you Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry looking bitch.
So he's talking like lately,
He's white.
He's been doing a press run. He's got a book and like all that, right?
Yeah.
So he was talking about there's a portion in one of the seasons, I think the end of season 6 and the first season of episode 7 are supposed to be filmed on the same day.
Yeah.
If you look at them, right, he gained massive amounts of weight remember when he got chunky, everybody's like, oh shit, what happened? But no, he's like he went from being sober to being on drugs, and it's supposed to be the same day.
So when he was heavy, he was on alcohol. It was alcohol.
I don't know what he was on,
when
but
he was skinny, it was the pill problem.
He had relapsed.
Yeah.
So like, but if you look at it, he had gained I don't know how much weight. Like you could see his skin. He's like got a lot of like water weight and things like that.
Hold an extra chin under there.
But it's supposed to be on the same day. It's fucked up, man. Like imagine being a producer. Like, dude, what am I supposed to do with this?
Like, hopefully they forgot what he looked like back then. You know?
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit? No, because they went from to be continued.
Oh,
so
right,
it was
right,
like
right,
a cliffhanger and then resumed. And I guess his face is supposed to look the same, and it's not the same.
How come Hollywood hasn't created a skinny suit yet? They got a fat suit, you know?
Skinny suit would require you not to be a fat person. I think you're always in a fat
Well, I guess in the time period of Friends,
it's like you're always in a fat suit if you're fat.
The digital graphics weren't so advanced.
Do you think that there should be a portion in school where they're like, all right, well, we'll reach this point of the semester where you have to wear a fat suit, right?
So you can see what life is like if you gain
Being
a lot
a fat
of weight.
person.
But there's already fat people in school at that time, probably.
Yeah, but think about my 600-pound life, right? Imagine describing your life as a 600-pound life. Don't you in that sentence alone? Don't you get a little disgusted by yourself? I'm not speaking for these people. They may have aspired to be 600 pounds, 700 pounds.
Like when Homer got fat so he can get disability and stay home.
Wear the muumuu everywhere he went. Bird got his tab. So no, but imagine having to describe your life.
Once I realized the fact that like, oh, I can do 600-pound life, I should probably do Biggest Loser.
Society's pretty fucked up if you think about it. Like.
It is, but also like it's not healthy to be 600 pounds. So
no, it's not. But if
instead of being like, oh man, you're 600 pounds and you wearing it, man, I support you. Just a champion right there. No, you should get your fat ass on a treadmill or something. If it's a weight issue that has nothing to do with
600
glandular,
pounds is always going to be a weight issue.
No, I mean,
I don't want to speak about weight because I don't listen.
You know what I mean? Like gaining weight or nothing like that.
Do whatever you guys do. But what I'm saying is, it's even more hilarious that we can literally create a TV show about all the issues. Isn't there like a TV show called Trailer Park White People?
Trailer Park Boys.
No, it's pregnant and
16 and pregnant. Listen,
thought that was the same.
Everything that's on whatever that channel is, like the
MTV.
No, because what's it called? TLC or some shit like that, right? They're the ones who deal with all the people who are
It's such
not considered
What
normal.
does TLC mean? The TV show, like those three, because
I don't know in terms of the show.
It's really counterintuitive for me because to me TLC means tender love and care. But if all they keep doing is making fun of all these people with all these fucking pounds on them, or like the fact,
Well, technically, if you're a little heavier, then you might be considered a little bit more tender. You know, in some worlds.
I think now you're trending onto a topic of like that movie Alive. That shit's nuts, man. Like no.
Like talking about like eating people. Like, I don't mean in that sense.
Well, I mean, how else did you feel like you were describing it?
Like you're tender, you're plump. Yeah, you know, there's a synonym for just being over.
Can I ask you? Did you have a point to bring up this fucking?
Yes. My point was, how do you go about navigating that jam? How do you get like in the moment, right? Because
how do you navigate that?
Yeah,
I mean, you just gotta eat. There's no you trying to hide what she's already found out, and you've basically let her know that she knows.
Well, listen, all right,
but
for her,
there's nothing you can do. You're going to have to deal with the consequences of that. And since you're now on a trip,
you got to make her question her. First of all,
suck.
you got to make her question her memory about it. First of all,
yeah, but she's already broken down timeline. You fucked up
in his scenario. But not every time. Not every time is a woman ready like that scripted. All right.
I don't know if you know this, but women basically store things like a file system or a Dewey Decimal system.
Like they got a external hard drive
that little
like
skinny
20
drawer.
terabytes of memory.
They pull out that really skinny long drawer and they look for.
They got a Rolodex of the times you fucked up.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they'll be like, "Give me an example." I'll be like, "I don't have
but
any
in the
because
moment,
my
though.
mind doesn't retain these things."
So, all right, listen. I'll tell you with him, right? His wife happened to be relatively understanding, right? And I think they're still like technically early on in their marriage.
Well,
because
they
had been divorced and remarried or whatever, so it's still early for them, even though they're older.
But we're talking about in step by step.
Step by step, yeah. So
This show
she was like,
hold on, you're neglecting to say that this show was filmed in the mid '90s.
Yeah, everything was after school.
It had
special
only
back then.
been like 5 years. Like it's not like it had been 20 years.
Everything was an after school special then, so there was always like a loving message at the end for the most part.
Word, but what I'm saying is he, in my opinion, honestly, that's not long enough for him to fuck that time frame up.
Well, according to that show, that episode they were talking about, they were like 2.5 years in.
So
but I'm telling you, that's
even
plenty,
worse.
That's plenty long, because if you're talking about like
worse.
If you were with somebody for
2.5 years?
if you're with somebody for 2 months, obviously there's only so many memories you can point to, and at some point you're like, oh yeah, that was
2.5 years.
That was a different girl, you know. 2.5 years gives you a little bit of time, especially when you're like in your 50s.
So
it is what it is.
I don't think that's. I don't know, man. I don't think that's flying.
So anyway, listen. She was like, yeah, whatever. Like, maybe I overreacted a little bit. He's like, listen, you're tripping right now. He's like, what you need to do.
He said this?
He's like,
this is how he's
I'm paraphrasing.
Your paraphrasing is making this show seem terrible right now.
But he's basically like, you're over here worried about like what happened back then. We should be making new memories together. And she's like, maybe I did overreact a little bit. Like, let's just go and have a good time, whatever, right? So he was almost in the clear. And then, I don't know how, apparently it hasn't been that long since he was there last, because the guy who like brought their bags or whatever to the hotel room, he's like, yeah, I remember you. Like, I took the liberty of making sure you had the same room that you had last time you were here. Like, and then he was
damn.
And then he said what's up to his wife, but as though she was the girl who he was previously with.
Whack.
And then he was like, oh, you brought your new wife to a place that you came with another girl? He's like, that's ballsy. And then he kicked them straight the fuck out of the room. He was like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
that's ballsy.
Yeah, so
listen, I don't think you.
Every woman, I think, has been in a situation where her man has recollected a memory, and has
but
probably
2.5 years is not enough.
Also been guilty of recollecting a memory with a different ex.
I'm not debating that.
It happened on both sides.
I'm sure that's happened plenty, but 2.5 years is not long enough to forget that you didn't take her to this place.
In the show, that's how it was.
I know.
So
but
I just wanted to use his example because it was like an
you
exact.
Asked me how I navigate that. You can't. It's fucked up.
Well, if you can't navigate it to some degree.
No, you fucked up. She's already told
You got to
that-
make her second guess her memory bank. You just can't give
But she-
timelines
but
like
how-
that.
so
He said 89.
So
That's how you
basically
fucked
tell
it
her
up.
that we met 2 years earlier, but somehow we've only been together 2.5
Well,
years.
it's stupid because whatever the name of the place was, it was like one was lodge and the other one was like resort or whatever, but it was the same main name. So like I could see like a little bit, and she was like, "No, we didn't go there. We went to here." I was like, "That's just petty."
Yeah, I guess, man.
All right, well,
so so I don't know how that was going to be offensive to women. It's offensive to us men.
I said
because
triggering.
I don't think it's triggering either. It's more triggering to me. Like, damn, dude, he didn't represent well.
If we have
he
any,
made us all look like
if we have
stupids.
any women listeners, then they're probably like, "Yeah, you remember when you did that bullshit, looking at their man, and then that just causes a fight." So that's why I just wanted them. Hey, it's entertainment purposes,
Okay. Well, I also have some things I'd like to discuss. Since it was just we didn't film on Christmas.
We ain't been around in a minute,
We haven't been able to record.
We're here now.
We've had like a good month of just Christmas fell on Sunday last week.
I think this would have been 3 weeks.
This would have been 3 weeks, right?
So we went 2 weeks, whatever.
But I mean, 3
Little
weeks,
winter break.
3 weeks in the span of how long the recording
Since the last
and
episode.
drop process goes. But yeah, so we didn't get to film on Christmas. So obviously, I guess one, should we talk about how our holidays have gone?
We might as well,
All right. So your birthday was December 16th.
My birthday was the Friday after our last recording.
Did we go eat or anything?
Nah, so I went to.
Oh, you and Dad went.
Yeah.
Usually he takes the whole family. Y'all were like, nah.
He just. I mean, listen. They act like it's like inconvenient that my birthday is so close to all the other holidays and birthdays, and I'm like, y'all are the ones who
Mom,
did the
you,
conception.
Sarah, like,
the
it's
conception
like-
was on you.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't choose this day.
Y'all motherfuckers are all like right around Christmas.
Yeah,
That
it's messy.
sucks.
But whatever. So we went to go and eat. Got a little massage in the morning. One of these little local spots. They have a little chain or whatever. Then I went to have breakfast. I went to go. Mom working at her little gambling cafe, so I went and hung out over there with her for a little bit. It was low key. It was a low key year, man. It's it's what I would have typically called my Pippin year, but he's tripping, so I don't really.
Pippin's been tripping.
Yeah.
So you got a massage.
Yeah.
Was it a dude or a girl?
No, I don't get rubbed down by dudes.
Okay, so
just let you.
I've
Not that there's anything wrong with that. If that's what you're into, but I'm straight.
No, of course not. No, not I. So I've never had a massage by a guy, right? Like a professional massage, right? But like, I'm conflicted because I've thought about the idea that sometimes I feel like you might need a guy thumb to like really get that knot out the middle of your back.
No. Listen, all you need is one of those. I don't want to stereotype here.
Eastern European ladies.
One of them Eastern European ladies who's like a big you would
but they
expect her
don't
name to be
all
like
work- yeah, but-
you would expect her name to be like Olga.
What are you gonna do? Call all these places? Like, hey, I was looking.
Nah, I just got lucky and she was pretty much that lady. Like she was an Eastern European, even had the hectic accent of the Europeans. And she was all in it, and I was like, yo,
She was all in it.
I was like, yo, go as
well, the go. I
put
think,
as much force into it as you need to. Is what I think.
Listen. I've never remembered a George Costanza episode. I think it moved, dude. But no, I've never had a guy massage me before. But like, I don't know.
I turned down. I was gonna set one up like 2 weeks before that, and they only had a dude, and I was like,
They only had dudes. It's Dudes Day.
I'm good, man.
It's Dudes Day, not dude.
It's Dude's Day, isn't it? Shout out to Dave.
Isn't it? All right. Well, that's cool. Christmas, we were together. We spent it doing
Christmas things.
Christmas things. Some funny stuff happened, right? Gift wise, mostly from mother. So mom's was.
Did you address the controversy?
No, but we've already spoken about the book, which is hilarious. So if we haven't discussed it before, before for Christmas, and I'm sure on the podcast it was because I think this is the transition has happened while we were potting. When we first started, it would be family would be, I'd buy something for everybody in the family, right? Adam, my brothers, Adam, the other brother, the other sisters, mamas and daddies.
It gets to be expensive when you have to buy mad people gifts.
Yes, all that stuff. So we decided that we'll do a Secret Santa. So Sarah found a app called Elfster, and we use it. Basically, what it does is you could throw all the names in a hat. It shuffles it around, randomly assigns everybody to somebody.
It's a free service. It's not an ad. They ain't paying us, but yeah.
No, not at all. Nobody is.
It's a nice fancy little thing.
But then it allows you to. So now you know who you have, and you can go ahead and the person that you have will upload a wish list.
Right.
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 So the wish list is a guideline, either loosely based.
And it helps you keep your Secret Santa secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody can see everybody's wish list, but you can't see who the other
Who's got
person's
who.
Yeah.
But the point of the wish list is kind of cool because it gives you like a guideline, a one to follow loosely if you like, or you can go based on, you could just go ahead and purchase everything.
And it's nice because you can like search for whatever you're looking for in the app,
Yeah.
and you can put links directly into it. And
Which is nice, man. You know, like sometimes you
whoever did that, man, y'all should be charging for that app, but don't do it.
I tend to put as many things as I can on there, right? To give some variation so you can put together what you like from that chosen list.
I try to at least, yeah. I try to get because our limit was $250 each, right?
Yeah.
So I try to like give enough items so that $250 happens twice, so I could be surprised a little bit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's my mind state. So, in this year, Mom got me, right?
Right.
Now I have a thing with older folks in the internet. Okay.
Well, the older folks have a thing with the internet.
They're not good at it.
They don't know how to
They're
use
really
it.
bad at the internet. And I love Ma so much, but she is no exception to the rule. So there's only a few things worse than an old person with a phone, right? An old person that's a lady with a phone that's driving a car, okay? And possibly
Like simultaneously?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and then an older white lady, right? And then the worst, no offense, is if you've got an older Asian lady with a phone driving a car in adverse conditions, okay? Because they do this. They like white knuckle it, but they also be on their phone like this because they can't see anything.
Yeah, but you know who drives like that all the time? Older Indian men.
Older Indian men drive
Older
like
Indian
old
men,
Asian ladies.
Dude, honestly, every time I've been behind somebody in this holiday season,
You want to know who's real similar?
every time I've been behind somebody this holiday season, man, and they're like going, the speed limit's 45, and they're going 30. Already we have a problem, and then they're just sitting here like they're like this, and I'm like, if you can't drive or if you can't see, and you got to be this close to the steering, like, come on, there's things you can do. Get glasses. Get a driver.
Well, listen, back to the old people in phones, right? So they make poor decisions and they're preyed upon. All of these, like,
and Mom's ain't even that old to be preyed upon like that.
She's not
you know?
old in that sense. She's just old for the internet, right? Because
you old as fuck. Not for this earth, but like
for the club. No, she's really bad at navigating the internet. And I'm gonna give some points here. And you know, if she listens, I'm sorry, Ma, but this is the truth. This is true. I don't know how you did this. I couldn't.
I don't think she's listening.
I don't know how you possibly could have done this. So, for whatever reason, so you know all those like email scams, like phishing and malware and all this shit that they try.
The one where they're like, I'm an African prince, but I just need you to wire me $50,000 so that I can.
What? That leads me to another thing I want to talk about. But first, right? So I'm like, they go towards older folks. They have to. Because older people are kind of like easily duped for some reason. Like,
because they see the bet. No,
they've been around for so long, yet there's no logic when they're getting addressed. And either way,
it's an email. It must be official.
So Ma, great as she is, I put on there a link to. I had a couple books, a watch, a few things, like eight things. So I had 2 books I wanted on there, right? So she went to Amazon. She clicked, or no, sorry. Because on Elfster, you click it, and it'll bring you to the actual link on Amazon or wherever you linked it to.
You click it,
to purchase
and it'll tick it.
It's like it's literally no guessing to it. It links you directly to it. So, Mom, now on the Amazon page of the exact book, all she got to do is add the cart, right?
Yep.
I don't know why, but it's kind of like when you check out at the store and they got the candy bars and all that last minute.
Oh, they put that shopper bait
people
there.
often buy this with this. So Mom saw that, right? And I don't know what she did from this point. I don't get it. But somehow, some way, the book that is often bought with the book that she was going to buy was the only book bought. Also, to make it worse, I've never even. I've never seen this book. Right. It's not a book I plan on probably reading. If I'm being honest.
As we all know, Osama is a bit of a self-help book junkie for whatever reason.
No,
so
this.
So those were self-help books.
I think this one was because there was 2 books. One was from the Wim Hof guy, like the cold exposure, but like I guess it was like it's more of a book on how he came to that. And then there was another book called the 12-day walk, and it's like about the guy who walked from Antarctica across all the way across Antarctica in like 12 days. And I was like, oh, I want to read that too. I don't know how she bought me this book. I think it's written by like an older Jewish man, right? Like just randomly. I was like, I saw the book and I was like, how do you, this brings up an interesting topic. How do you get a gift, right? How do you get a gift from somebody and
then tell them, why did you buy me this gift?
Yeah, like I didn't.
How do you address a gift that you're unhappy with?
I promise I wasn't going to say anything, but she kept saying, no, look, it's on its way. So the original, the original thing was she said, oh, I bought this one and this one showed up first, but the other one's on its way. And we, throughout the day, were like, don't worry about it. When it comes, it's cool. If it doesn't, I'm not really tripping, whatever. So she kept pushing. Remember, she kept pushing. I was like, look, Ma, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't even know why the fuck you bought this book. I've never heard of this book before. I was like, I'm pretty certain what you did is you bought this one.
Push the issue a little bit. In a slightly related / unrelated note, this is why last minute shopping is bad, right? Because we had like sub-zero temperatures for like 3 days leading up to Christmas. So if you had like something you were waiting to be shipped, that shit was not going to make it on time.
Hell no.
You know what I mean?
Hell no.
So even if she did what she thought she did, it wasn't going to be there on time anyway.
She
feels bad when she thinks she orders.
No, and that's why I don't like. Yeah, she felt bad, and that's why I didn't want to like say anything. But she kept pushing the envelope, and then
what does that mean? It was just, come on, take this.
Pushing the envelope.
Is that when you're trying to bribe somebody?
She kept pushing the envelope.
I'm just gonna put this here and turn around. And
That's a good segue into what I'd like to really speak about. All right, but first.
Hey, we're still on holidays.
We're still on holidays, and I can't get off this. So there's also mom be on Facebook, and Facebook ads be getting Ma, like they get her,
yeah.
And
because they frame it so that if you don't know any better, that it looks good.
This was no exception. Okay,
yeah.
All right. She bought a watch, which is actually a pretty nice watch in the face. I don't like the band. I'm gonna change the band.
It's a nice watch in the face.
Right. It's good. It's
like
an attractive girl without a personality. That's kind of what this watch is. It's attractive.
It's like a butterface, but the opposite.
No,
because where the face is nice, but the rest of it's not nice.
Because the face is nice,
yes.
but the insides are not so great.
That's why it says a butterface, but the opposite. Because the face is nice, but everything else is not quite as nice.
You just stepped on what I was trying to say about it, though. Like, it was a kind of a joke.
Of course.
And your joke was terrible. So it made my joke seem like shit.
You interrupted me to tell my story.
You just gotta
45
stop
minutes.
Sucking so much.
Where was that?
But so listen.
Whoa. Pause that, player.
You pause, bitch. So listen. So that's what it was, right? It's like an actual kind of a cool, but it's painted as something that's not, right? I don't think she realizes that anybody, anywhere with any product can put any MSRP on it and then say, but we'll sell it to you for 10% of that product.
Hey, man, tell us about a story about a gift that you got that you were disappointed and you didn't know how to tell the person.
Yeah.
Send it to our email and we'll start reading them shits.
Yeah.
aakmgmt@gmail.com. Get on it.
I didn't even know that was his email. So
that's the pod email.
So the watch...
It was when I was going to be a manager for an up-and-coming artist. I'll tell you about that some other day.
Story for another time. No, so the watch is cool, right? But like, truth be told, full disclosure, it doesn't operate well, right? It doesn't. The time is fine, but everything else that it's supposed to be, it is not.
It ain't that.
So the problem with this is
it tells you the time, but that's about it.
So I asked, full disclosure, for like a Seiko, right? That was on sale, like super on sale, actually, from like $295 to like.
And that was not on sale, man.
To like $180. I was like, that's a pretty good price. So I put it into that Elfster because we have a $250 limit. Mom, though, said because she felt I had something like that already. And because
She also
she
doesn't
thought it
like
was,
you to open just one or two
I
things
get it,
because then
which
it
is
feels
fine, which is
like,
fine. I just prefer her to not purchase things from the internet that are not like you have to fully vet, and that's what I'm getting at. Older folks with the internet. See, I love the
they may partially
I'm
vet,
ne-
but they
I
don't
will-
fully vet. You know,
when I get a gift, I fully vet. So listen, I'm not a person when I get gifts to throw any to either toss them or even return them if I like unless I really plan on wearing if I'll return it for a price a size that works. But for the most part, I just keep the gift because I feel like that's a sign of respect. This gift I will be keeping. I
but it's
don't
only a sign of respect. It's like
because
it's
I
something
also
they expect you to see one day, and then they're
exactly. Where's it at? Be like, well, listen. So the problem with this watch is that even if we were to say, oh, it doesn't work properly and want to return it, I'm pretty certain it's going to take at least 3 years to get the new one back or the money back. So I'm afraid that to me is why
if it takes 3 years, and the company might just have
I-
dissolved by then.
I'm pretty sure they're dissolved by now. Listen,
They created a fake LLC for like 3 days.
dude. So that's the thing, right? Like,
Man, scammers got it. I'm trying to be a scammer.
dude, you keep segueing.
If you are a scammer, plug me in.
You keep segueing, but I can't get to it yet. So all I'm saying is like I don't I don't want to like I didn't know how to navigate it, right? Like how do you not because how do you hide something in your face when you're
There's
like
no Tom made
"Oh."
for this. You know, there's no Tom made for this.
The
Ain't no
fuck is
Garmin.
Tom. What do you mean the shoes?
No,
Oh,
no,
those are Toms.
It's a GPS. It's old GPS unit
Oh,
before cars
yeah,
used
yeah.
to come with them shits.
Oh, that's
you know?
right. That's right. Well, there is none. I was looking.
There's no way to navigate
So
this.
I'm gonna wear the watch. I didn't wear it today, but I'll wear it the next time I see her. I don't know. I wanted to tell her about the watch because I wanted her to not purchase things like that from the internet anymore. Because she ended up spending, I think, $80 on a watch. She could have taken that $80 and went to like Nordstrom.
And then what happens is, then you got like some Chinese guy across the world who now has all your information, and they're trying to steal the money out your bank account.
Yeah.
If you're anything like, maybe you don't have any money in your bank account, so that's good. But like, unless you do,
Dude,
we could be trouble.
So I've stumbled upon this YouTube channel, right, where there were these guys that basically go after the scammers to like shut them down. The shit be hilarious. Like the names that these scammers use, they be full on Indian dudes with the name Joe Smith.
Yep.
But like, dude, you are not a Joe Smith, right? There's like
I'm Josh Smith from Atlanta.
There is a range of what a Joe Smith possibly could look like. Race, color, features, all of these things.
It could even be, listen, it could be a white boy or a black guy.
But no, it cannot be an Indian guy, though.
It cannot be an Indian man.
It just can't. And that's not being racist. That's just cultural. I've never, ever, ever met an Arab guy named Joe Smith. Maybe Joseph.
Let me tell you something. There's about 1 billion people in India, and I'm guaranteeing you right now.
Nobody.
There's like 2/3 of the population is either a Patel and it's just facts.
Are they all related?
I don't know how it all works. I'm not going to speculate. All I know is they damn sure ain't Joe Smith.
Vivi went to get some Arab food for us the other day, right? And I guess they were Palestinian, right? So they were talking to Vivi, and they were like, "Can I ask you a question? Are you like us?"
Did he basically mean like, are you not white?
like a Palestinian, asking if she's Palestinian or Arab, at least. And she's like, "No, actually, but my fiance is Palestinian." And they're like, "Oh, okay. What's his name?" Osama. He's like, "Oh, very
Very Palestinian."
He's like, "Yeah, very common name." And I was like, I'd like to see that perspective of life where that's a common name.
You just got because you're in the wrong country for that.
Much like Joe Smith here, right? I'm sure you look up Joe Smith and there's 12,000 of them in America, right? That's a pretty
lot of
default name. I'd be hard pressed to find maybe 10 Osamas in America, probably.
Maybe it depends. Like you got to go to like Dearborn, Michigan,
Probably.
Houston, Texas. There's a few
You think Houston, Texas got Osamas?
It's a huge Arab population.
Yeah, but you think they got Osamas there?
Oh, definitely. They may not go by Osama.
How come I never hear about Arabs in Houston? I hear about Houston Arabs in like Dallas, like Fort Worth.
Yeah, because we have family there.
Yeah, I know, but
We have family in Dearborn.
I've never heard of any Arabs.
We don't have family in Houston. Oh, we actually do, I think, probably.
Oh, are you going off this based off that show, Mo?
No. There's actually a large population.
That's a TV show.
No, because listen.
That's not true.
No. Listen. The people who decided to move to like Dearborn or to Houston and the ones who decided to go to Dallas, those are the ones who are like, yo, homeland is the desert. The fuck are we doing going to a cold climate like Chicago? That's why I always ask Pops about it. Like, how the hell did you decide to end up here? You're from a climate where it's not cold like this.
I think they want to
back home,
come to University of Chicago or something like that.
He just said he came here because his cousins and his brother. I mean,
the other
already.
ones.
I don't know. They went to Carbondale.
Then what the fuck?
I don't know, man. What the fuck?
I'm surprised they didn't end up in St. Louis.
But I'm like, yo,
I'd be
Pops,
so mad if we were from St. Louis.
I said, Pops,
like,
back home, you ain't have no damn negative 35 degree Fahrenheit. You know?
35 degree Fahrenheit?
Negative 35 degree Fahrenheit. Like it was 3-4 days in a row here this month.
Bad. That was pretty bad.
Like you're from a place where it's 85 degrees during the day and 60 degrees at night. Like that. Why would you come here? I just never understand it. But I digress. Go ahead. Continue with your plight.
What was I talking about after?
The Christmas gift.
Oh yeah. Watch. So I don't know how to navigate that so much. I don't know if I'll talk to her about it. Now, here might be my saving grace. As unfiltered as I am, I just can't be 100% that way with mom, right? I just can't. Now, the man that can, who might be the person that taught me my petty, is her husband, Amjad. Now, he got one as well. Now,
You gotta watch too?
From mom, yeah. Oh. So what I might be able to do is wait it out.
Yo, Pops, let me see that watch real fast. Oh, you see how this is wrong?
No. No. He'll probably recognize it himself. So what my saving grace might be is that he could take that initial impact, right? Right? So if he goes, hey, Flo, this watch you bought me doesn't work, and then she's like, oh, really? And then she'll call me, and I'll be like, actually, I had been meaning to tell you that.
No, that's when you got to be like, oh, I don't know what he's talking about. My watch is working perfectly fine.
Let me go take a look. You know what? It sure ain't working, right? I can say that. But we'll see. We'll see where that goes.
Like, you know what? I haven't taken it out of the box since you gave it to me. Let me go double check this.
Exactly. We'll see where it goes. I don't know. I mean,
good luck navigating that
it's always
situation.
the thought that counts, and I, for sure is a gift and whatnot. But my problem is she spent $80 on something that she could have.
She over there getting duped.
Right, because the internet is just the internet, and that's the thing about old folks with the internet. They still haven't discovered that. There's people out there that don't.
Well, the funny thing is to me is that they watch the news nightly. So they know about all the scams and everything that happen regularly. Like, I don't watch the news, and I still know that everything is a scam.
I cannot watch the news nightly.
But see, those scams are only the ones that are, like, delegitimized, right? Like, there's no... But regular retail is a scam in almost every way possible.
So...
everything is a scam.
Saying that, right?
Insurance is a scam.
The guys that they were looking... those guys that were trying to go after the scammers, the guy that they were going after, right? What his scam was basically saying that they would call people, right? And they say that they were approved for a loan or some sort. And in order to get the loan that they needed, they're going to deposit the money. The scammers will deposit the money, right? But the thing is, what they're doing is they're messing with the HTML to make it look like they have. Now, they ask you because they say, what we need you to do is then take that $40K and send it right back to us, okay? Because we need to show that you've paid it to they said the Super Bureau or the Super Credit Bureau or some shit, right? Like, we need them to know that you've given the money back.
And that's how you know they're not from here. Ain't no
none
damn
of this
Super
makes
Bureau.
any sense. Why
Superhero Bureau?
On time. I just got it. What do you want? What the fuck did you want me to have it for, right? So basically, now you've given them $40K. Next thing you know, everything is gone, and they've taken $40,000 out your account. But the thing is, this 40 has to be in your account already, so they can do that. So basically, they say that they've put 40 in there, but now you're taking the 40 that yours is in there with the 40 that you
Hey man,
had.
listen, I don't know where everybody else is in the beginning of 2023, but I am the furthest thing from having 40K in my bank account.
I wish I had 40K.
Me too.
I wish I had 40Ks.
I wish I had.
Like literally the letter. At least I'd have. So
I don't. What do you need with that many Ks?
I don't know. Do something with them. I'm sure. Just leave
I
Ks
don't
everywhere you go.
know about that move.
Okay, K.
Yeah, it's not good.
So you were saying what push the envelope means, right?
Right.
I don't
You
know.
take the envelope and you just push it across the table.
I-
I have a feeling it has things to do with either
Just
bribery.
pushing the envelope everywhere you go.
either-
Don't mess with him. He pushes the envelope.
It was either bribery or some mafioso shit where they're just like,
That's probably the origins,
Yeah.
right? Now my question is to you, where the origin of the saying "shit's going left" has come from. Like, why does it have to say it's going left? On my left, my hand is that I write with. Why is it that going left is such a bad
because
thing?
you have an angled ass to the left.
No, dude. So why are they? What could possibly? Why can't they say, "Man, shit went right"? Oh,
It's the same
because
thing like when
right
they
is
say-
too close to it went right. I see.
So it's just to have an inverse of things
guess.
things are going right. Nah, they went left.
Yeah, I mean, because it'd be kind of
Opposite.
confusing to say things.
So then,
went
what
right.
about when they say
and things
shit
were-
hits the fan? Like, did shit literally hit the fan one day? And they were like, dude, shit hit the
I
fan.
think I gotta
And they were
get-
like, crazy shit, all right. And it will be everywhere.
I think I got a good idea of why that's such a, like when shit hits the fan.
I told
when-
you,
when shit-
wait, I told you
if-
this. We need to start a pod that's about exploring the
If
origins of
things-
things
if
because
shit
we can have
literally-
hilarious conversations about it.
Let's say you've got a ceiling fan
Right.
or a
That's what I assumed
or
the fan.
a window fan.
For whatever reason, when I hear that, I always assume ceiling fan.
I'm always assuming it hits the ceiling fan. So let's say that you've got a big bucket of shit, right? And your ceiling fan is going at full speed, just flying, right? And you toss that bucket of shit up there and the shit hits the fan. When it hits that fan, it's going everywhere.
Yeah, but why are you
And
tossing the bucket of shit at the fan?
well, I'm not saying that that's part of the why it's correlating to whatever people bring.
Is
it
it
up
like somebody who got real mad and they went to somebody's office where they knew there was a fan and they're like, I'm gonna fuck this guy's office up?
and they throw shit up there? No, I'm just saying that I think it just is derived from when it hits the fan, it's pretty bad, right? Literally, it's bad. And I think that's why people say.
So you
"Man,
don't literally have the shit hit
shit
the fan.
literally isn't hitting the fan.
It's just a
when shit hits
preconceived
the
notion
fan.
that if the shit hit the fan, then it'd be everywhere and gross.
Yeah, when shit hits the fan, it's literally not a good thing because now you've got shit everywhere.
Yeah, but why? I just don't understand. Like when the shit can go anywhere and have it be bad, but why did it hit the fan? Just because it's gonna probably
Because
disperse it throughout the room.
Yes, the fan throws it places. If the shit hit the wall, it would just hit it and fall down.
Even that's terrible to have to deal with.
It would be.
Nobody
It
wants
would.
that to clean.
But-
Listen, when I first got this dog, I left him. I left him in the. I left him in the bathroom upstairs, right? And I had like the little crate, whatever, closed to block off the door so he couldn't leave. But I was like, oh, he's still not potty trained, so he's used the bathroom. You know, it's on a tiled floor. I can clean that shit up pretty easily. Whatever. I was wrong.
Stain that tile, that ground.
No,
up, huh?
like that part was nasty, but I was able to get it. But he had this thing about like, I don't know, he shat really close to the wall, so there was shit on the wall.
Oh, do you remember Stacks?
Stacks used shit on the
Stacks
door.
used to back up and be like, he would just shit on the door.
Yo, if we left the house, Stacks did not like to be left alone. He had separation anxiety. Crazy. He still kind of does to some degree, but he's not as spiteful, right? But Stacks, rest in peace, little homie, was a spiteful motherfucker. Like
He lost it later on in life, but he was definitely spiteful early.
the amount of times I came home and there was like shit on the door.
Like literally stuck to the door. But see, that's the thing, right?
Shit.
So
I didn't find it hilarious at the time.
no, but it's funny thinking about it, like
Yeah.
because I picture him like doing his little back scoot into the door. How did you not have shit on your ass after that? So that's where shit hits the fan comes from. Because if it hits the wall and falls, it's nasty. If it hits the fan and hits all the
And
walls,
one of these days, we're gonna start that secondary pod exploring the origins of words. I told you this like
I'm
a
not
year and a half
starting
ago.
one more pod until we get to a point where we are getting paid for this pod.
Listen, you were complaining about the subscribership not growing, that we moved past what our goal was just in time for our benchmark, right? Oh, I hit 300 by the end of the year. We had 310, man. We got people following us. Shout out to all y'all. Appreciate you watching. If you're watching our feet, whatever, man. Just watch the show. Just keep it going the entire length so we at least get the
Maybe
view
we
time.
should add a 5-minute segment with the watch my feet, but we'll watch my feet, right? And the camera's literally just watching our feet.
Watch this.
And we could just do
And
this.
we can put this over our feet.
We just do.
I want to pop up one of those little side boxes, like when the news is reporting something. Like, watch this, and this is gonna be my feet on the main camera.
See, Adam's thought about this.
No, I haven't, but like,
yo, I will.
Sometimes you just get ideas
I will
on the
send
fly.
pictures of my feet for $1,000 to the highest payers.
To those willing to shell out the most
You
cash.
pay me $1,000, you can have a picture of my feet. You pay me $2,000, you have a picture of both feet. Pay me $5,000, I'll put both feet like literally touching each other. I am no longer above selling my feet.
I will still not sell my ass, but I'll sell my feet, damn it.
I saw, you ever seen those videos on the internet where they walk up to somebody like, man, that's a nice car. Tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, they're always OnlyFans models?
One bitch was like, I take pictures of my asshole. I was like, it's a little far, man. I don't know if I could do it.
I wouldn't do it, but I'm sure that there's...
How much money would they have to offer you for you to literally sit there and by yourself take a picture of your asshole?
Enough so that I only have
Also,
to...
is that phone the one you use for everything else?
Hey, they have to pay me enough so that I only have to take that
I'm
one
asking
photo.
for a dollar amount. Only one photo?
Pay me enough so I only have to take that one photo.
What if...
And then I'm gone.
Okay, all right, let me put a scenario. You have to... And maybe for platform purposes, they require it. Let's say you have to take at least 2 pictures a week of your asshole. How many pictures are they gonna? I don't
think there's this big of a market to look at dudes' assholes, and there is
probably
chicks.
not. But there's a lot of guys that are looking at our feet. It's pretty weird to me too.
Yeah, but not quite the same.
Okay,
not quite the same ballpark, man. There's levels.
All
to
right,
this
let's
shit,
say. I mean, because I'm taking a dick. Okay, let's say dick pics.
Oh, I send pics of my dick
all right,
all
see,
day.
that's why it's got to be the asshole. 'Cause that's a weird thing.
I saw some shit on.
Yeah, people have my dick on a picture. No.
I saw some shit on Instagram, and they're like, "Oh, Hooters is temporarily closing down. They're trying to like restructure, da da da." And then they had some chick who like retweeted it, and she's like, "Yeah, our generation is into assholes and blah blah blah." Now, like, I forget what the other part is. So they were like, "Yeah, Hooters isn't a big seller anymore."
From now,
because
what,
our generation likes ass.
What if like in 10 years Hooters is replaced and it's called buttholes?
I'd really be curious to see how things
Now
operated
Hooters,
in
booty,
there.
it's called booties.
That's what it is anyways,
like
man.
A horse, huh?
I don't know, like, when the last time you've been into Hooters. I don't know the last time you've been into Hooters. For me, it's been a while. But, like, last time I was in there, it wasn't a bunch of big-breasted females. They all had ass, but then they were all pretty flat-chested. In my last experience there, I was like, I feel like there's something wrong with the marketing here.
Did you take a poll?
No.
Okay.
I was eating chicken wings. But I was confused. I was like, wait a second. Something doesn't quite add up to, like, the marketing. Somebody who did the hiring here was like, it's not hire big-chested women. I don't understand.
Okay, well.
To me, it didn't make any sense because if you can call yourself Hooters, yes, you probably are talking about, like, chicken.
$100,000 a month.
To do what?
Exactly what we've been talking about.
Pictures of my ass?
Snap pictures of your butt.
$100K a month.
Dude, you say no, and you only got to take 4 pictures a month. 8. I'm sorry, 8.
1 a week?
2 a week. That means you do one Monday morning and then Sunday night. Monday morning, Sunday night. I'll take 18 pictures and then just post them. And I would just take all the pictures I need for the
I'm just
year.
going to go into every room in my house and be like...
I'll take as many
These are
pictures.
different.
I'll take as many pictures as I need for the year. That's it. Take a year.
For $100K a month?
Yeah, man.
I feel like I could make more than that.
So what would the dollar amount be?
They said Bad Bobby, whatever. She made like $50 million in a month. If this bitch was making $50 million
I
in a
love
month,
when I hear people try to pronounce that Bahabi.
I would just said Bad Bobby because it's a BH. I don't know. It's not bad.
I just figure it's Bad Barbie, but I don't call her name ever because I refuse to call somebody Bad Barbie or Bahad Baharbi or whatever the fuck this bitch's name is.
Yeah, I don't know. But if she made that much money,
Bahad Baharbi.
if she made that much money in a month, I'm just saying, like, put me up to $200K a month at least, you know? $50K a week, make me feel like I'm doing something.
What if they want more for $200K?
Well, what else do they want?
What if they start...
How much more intimate can you get than a view of what... Like, come on now. I have to... You know how much energy has to go into taking the pictures?
I'm going as far as the feet. You can't even see my ankles. That's where I'm going. I'll wiggle my toes for extra grand. Like I will.
Shit, I think I can pull in
it'll
5K with just the feet.
It'll
every
be like
month.
a la carte, right? For the feet. Oh, you want to see my big toe wiggle? Look at another $500.
Just to zoom in on your big toe, like
You want my foot dipped in what? All right. Well, I'm a step in this honey for an extra 10K. You nasty fuck. I know these motherfuckers out here watching. If you got money and you want to try to see my feet for money, I need another.
I'll say this, right?
I need another stream of income. That's all I know.
and preferably a bigger one than the existing one.
I will send you old shoes for 100K.
Oh, that's a big market for women too. Dude, if you're a woman, you got a cheat code to making all kinds of money.
The biggest hussy out there.
Yo, they sell like the used underwear and shit. Like that's nasty if you want that. You know what I mean? Like, how much money are you spending to have a pair of underwear that this chick had on?
All right, well, what if they was like...
It's not the same as having
What if it's not from just like a normal-ass chick? What if it was like, who's a bad chick? I don't know.
There's plenty. There's a lot.
Well, name one, and then they're hers.
Who's the baddest right now? We could talk... Anyway, regardless. For women, it's a cheat code because you can pretty much do anything that a man can consider sexual.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to
make
be
money
a
off it.
woman, to be honest with you, because of how much it seems like it sucks. Like, no offense, but y'all got like...
Listen, it's not like it doesn't suck to be a dude sometimes.
So I was with Vivi yesterday, right? She duped me. We went to breakfast, and she's like, "Oh, I got a hair appointment at 2," and it was like 1:30.
Do we have any idea where we're at in this?
Yeah, like 50 minutes or so. We'll
okay.
finish. But so she was like, "Oh, just drop me off and then go to the mall or something and then come back." I went to a dead ass mall and then I came back and I was
Dead ass?
Dead ass. So I came in and sat down. The stylist is a friend of ours. So like I was cool being there. Her sister came in and we were talking about all the things that women need to do. Hair, nails, toes, eyebrows, waxings. I was like, God damn, y'all bitches got a lot of things.
Yeah, they have to do that, but men are expected to make money so that we can provide all of those things.
Huh? Listen, I'm not paying for all that.
I'm just saying.
And I ain't got the money to pay for my haircuts. Listen, I think your maintenance should be up to you. You should figure out how to pay for that shit. You want your hair done every couple weeks?
The things that women put themselves through physically are to attract a man. The things that men put themselves through on a career style basis, on a money making venture, is to attract a woman. We have two different responsibilities here, and I'm not saying that they have it easy, but I'm not saying that we have it easy.
No, I'm not going into that. I'm talking about like the
everything has to be relative.
No. I'm talking about more about the more inconsequential things, right? Like we're not speaking about that. Like the idea that
like they're gonna go get a Brazilian wax to get their whole booty hole
right. Like you gotta get somebody to wax your asshole. Never.
Yeah, but some women swear by it and they don't want to live life without doing that.
That's cool, but that's them.
And I appreciate those women.
But you got to go through it. I don't. So what I'm saying is, think about it. Women, when they carry purses, what's in that purse? Everything.
No.
Everything.
Some of them carry nothing. I was watching another little Instagram reel, right? And some guy's in his car. And I don't know if it was Christmas or birthday, whatever. He got his girl an AutoZone gift card. And she was like, da-da-da. And he's like, listen, what do you have in your wallet, in your purse? You got like a pack of gum, fucking like keys. You had like 3 things in there.
Oh,
and he's like, this bag costs like $1,200.
I'm not talking about those.
He's like, you got 37 problems with your car. He's like, I bought you a practical gift, bitch. Use this gift card.
I'm talking about I've seen that one. That was actually pretty good. I'm talking about the girls that carry like everything they might need for
Hermione's
the day.
bag.
Everything.
For those who know what Harry Potter, Hermione.
All that, right? Like an endless, like the what's that shit? The bottomless bag from the girl on the couch or whatever the fuck that. Remember?
Big comfy couch.
Big comfy couch.
That's Hermione's bag. It's endless. It's small, but everything is in there.
Well, that's what we get in girls' bags. And then we carry a wallet, a phone, you know.
And if your girl
keys, that's all you need. You don't need a lot.
If I'm buying a girl a purse, it's gonna be just big enough so that you can also put my wallet in there, my phone in there, my keys in there.
If I buy you a purse, I'll buy a purse that you could fit in, so I could. If you annoy me, I'll just put you in there, zip you up. Just leave
I don't think you can do that unless it's like some BDSM shit. You know, like I think that's frowned upon in society today. You can't put women in bags.
I bought it for her. It's only jokes. It's only jokes.
As I said, some things can be triggering for women, but realize it's an entertainment podcast. I don't want to go Joe Budden route and be like, the thoughts and views by the host. Blah, blah, blah. Like,
Anyway.
it's a pretty funny disclaimer. But.
It is a pretty funny disclaimer. Let's go to break and we'll be back.
Oh, wow. All right. We back again.
We are.
Because we get back again because
It's two times for the same day.
Yeah, because we came back.
We are dedicated.
And then we're back again now. You know?
So I know you probably got something to say.
Well,
I heard you taking a deep breath like that, the precursor to an actual statement.
Well, also I have to take a deep breath to breathe in my life.
Sometimes that works too. So we talked about presents and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Did we talk about what you got?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. We were gonna get into that.
You were stuck on your watch for a minute, you know, and then and your book, your self-help.
So we were talking about the differences between men, women, and all that, right?
Yeah.
So I asked for an actual cologne for Christmas as well. I asked for Joe Malone.
Spray on my cologne. And you got that one, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
And
shout out Mom Dukes. You know?
So it's crazy because it's hard looking for a new scent. I like certain. It's hard because think about it. You have to smell them. You have to. And what I realized is about this one, I have to live with it a little bit for it to really, for me to really, really like it. It's actually really good and really refreshing.
How do you apply cologne to yourself?
That's a good question. I think about that all the time. Every time I put it on, am I doing it right? You know?
Yeah.
It's like, remember the first few times you had sex? Am I doing it right now? You know?
I didn't care if I was doing it right. I was like, hey, I'm doing it.
This is where it goes. Oh, man. Like, all I know is I saw the structure. All I do is I've been training my whole life for this, right? Like I've been watching step-by-step instructional videos for my whole life,
trying to figure out like how it is that I like it. You know what I mean? Like what's the tempo?
It's a hilarious thing.
How many beats per minute? You know?
Like, dude, I've watched a lot.
How many minutes per beat?
This is not what I expected. Anyway, so that is a good question, a really good question actually, because I've tried different.
How do you spray on my cologne?
I've tried different tactics, right? How many times do you?
Do you think that's why that song came about? He was wondering the same thing, and he was
I think he was just spraying on his cologne, and it's a pretty simple song.
It is, but
like shoulder lean, like lean back.
Gotta bounce right to left.
Like there's a whole bunch of songs that basically tell you exactly what.
Yeah, but spray on my cologne is not instructional. All right, first of all, and second of all,
what he's doing, I think.
Yeah, but like there's different ways to spray on your cologne. That's where the whole crux of this question is.
I don't think the song has anything to do with that.
I'm just saying, what do you think his mind state was when he came up with that? Because
I just said it.
Just going to brushing my teeth.
Are you fucking with me, kid?
It's like you just sing about anything you do throughout your day. I'm putting in all my jeans. I'm putting in all my jeans.
I think so. You sing the reels?
Why the fuck are we not rich yet?
Because it seems to be that nobody likes our feet enough for us to get rich.
I'm just saying like we can come up with any stupid ass song.
I think that era's
gone. Hey, Will, man, put a beat up.
No, I think that era's gone.
No.
Yeah, because even the girls shaking their ass era.
No, because that's the specific, like that ushered in this era where they don't give a fuck about what the content is as long as the beat is good.
Okay, so
how do you do it?
That was a long way to get to that question again. Well, so let me ask you this. Firstly, how many times do you spray your cologne?
Well, all right. So I use Blue Chanel. That's my shit, right?
Blue de Chanel.
Blue de Chanel. Yeah.
Blue Chanel.
So that when you have some high quality
shit. What Chanel?
When you have some high quality shit, particularly like some Chanel shit. Ben, hey, this dog over here trying to
get over here, dude.
Disruptions.
He wants his toy or his. Oh, he got it. He got it. All right. Well,
so when you use some high quality shit, don't fuck things up over there, boy. Don't you?
Fucking menace.
That shit lasts a little bit longer, so you don't have to go super crazy.
Okay, right? So how many sprays do you on average, with all the cologne you usually have, what's the amount of sprays?
Probably 2 sprays.
Okay, and I'm right there with you.
I don't want to go too heavy. You know what I mean?
I've literally watched spray herself 8 times.
Oh, women go crazy. They're like...
But she has a theory that women's perfume isn't as long lasting as men's cologne.
Just because you can't smell it still, don't mean it's not still there. You know.
Hold on. Are you on a wire or anything? I don't think so. So why decided to lay there? He's a dick. So she tells me that she doesn't think that it does, but you can smell faint hints of it. But for instance, so let's say we get ready at the same time, and I spray my cologne.
Because they go from the bottom to the top.
Oh, she'd be like, tss, 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 right, like crazy, and like full sprays. The Joe Malone, it's like a really reserved amount of spray that comes out. But man, so let's say yesterday we got ready at the same time. She sprayed hers, I sprayed mine. When we got home, just because there
was a funk in the air.
No, just because she has this theory, I was like, all right, can you still smell the cologne? Because it obviously knew I want to see if it has lasting power, staying power. Right. So I've concluded that after this bottle, I'm going to buy the large bottle. I just didn't want to be stuck with a cologne I like, and now I have 3.7 ounces of it.
Well, and
like now I got 3.7 ounces.
Everything kind of has a little
just
bit
randomly
of a difference.
going places, just like spritzing it up.
Everything smells a little bit different on everybody, just a little bit, because the way it interacts with your body oils and whatnot.
That goes to the next question you were talking. How do you put it on? Right. So I've tried the both sides of the neck. Right. That's thing. I've tried to hit the neck and the shirt. I've tried to hit the shirt only, which is where I'm at right now. I've been only doing the shirt. I don't know if that's right. Mm-hmm. I've just kind of fallen into this phase. I've tried the wrist and the neck. Right, I've tried all sorts.
Nah, see that part's funny, right? Because that's why I don't want to put on cologne in front of anybody that I want to respect me, because I feel like
it looks all feminine when you do it.
It looks so
Adam's
funny.
like,
no. So that's
it's like
that's one of my two sprays. I'll do it on the wrist. No. So one of the two sprays on the wrist.
Fabulous, bitch.
One of the two sprays on the wrist, and I touch them like that and hit the neck on both sides, and then whatever's left, I just kind of wipe it on.
That's
the shirt.
What you do.
And then the second spray into my hand, and I put it through my hair.
You put cologne in your hair?
Yeah, it has the most staying power, and I smell amazing.
That's not where that goes. That's where shampoo goes.
No shit. Like, obviously, I wash my hair, but also that I'm telling you right now.
You put it in your hair?
Yeah.
What's the logic?
The logic is, most of the people who are face to face with me ain't gonna be like,
quit beating around the bush and get straight to the point.
When you're interacting with somebody else,
right? And they want to smell your hair.
They're gonna be face to face with you. You know what I mean? Like, they ain't gonna be behind me. They ain't gonna be at my fucking waist level unless we're doing something. So they're gonna be face to face, eye level.
I'm still struggling to see why the hair and not.
It has honestly,
why not just
in my experience,
and then like on the neck.
No. In my experience, it has the most staying power in the hair.
Okay.
Throughout the day, it'll last there.
I've never ever heard of anybody. Why don't you just spray your hair with cologne then?
I'm not gonna spray my hair. What do I look like? A fucking barbarian to you? Sprayed up.
So
if you put it in your hand, you can rub it through. It gets more spread. You know what I mean?
Why don't you spray it in your hair and then do this?
It's not how it works.
So you're telling me
that
there's a difference between spraying your hair.
So now with those two sprays,
just wiping your hair.
So now with those two sprays, from here to here to here to my wrist, you can smell it. I'm telling you, man. Listen, I swear by it. It's been a long time when I was trying to figure out this process. When I was trying to figure out this process, where do I spray it? After I did the hair the first time, I was like, yo, it's perfect. It works. Just do it if you don't believe me.
What, you spray your fucking pubes too? You just got all the hair, you cover all bases?
No.
What do you put in the beard?
I have beard oil.
Oh, so you don't, that's where you draw the line?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how the beard oil and the cologne is gonna mix. You know? Again, the oil changes it's like the chemical composure of this shit.
Okay, well, I mean we've
okay. So what do you do now? You told me what you've tried and what you've.
What do I do now?
Yeah. I
just told you I'm in the phase of my just two to the shirt. I don't think I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's an efficient way to go about it. I just have kept. That's why we're talking about it. I've tried different ways. I don't know that it's the.
Well, I'm trying to help you out.
My favorite, probably. I think I'm gonna just go back to the 1 and the 2 on the back on the sides of the neck.
One spray on each side?
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Well, the thing is, there's okay. So here's the theory, right? I think that you're talking about oils in the hair, and I don't know why we're talking about this, but we're here now.
Because you talk about the cologne that you got for Christmas.
Yeah, I know, but we're on a whole nother level.
And then I said, well, how do you apply cologne as a man?
What's
Because
the
as a woman, you
what's-
just
is there-
you
is there-
fucking shower. It's your second shower as a
Is there
woman
an
in that
Ulta
shit.
for men?
No, but Ulta sells men products.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. They don't sell all the men's product.
No, of course not.
They sell like 89% of the women's product.
Ulta is a makeup.
Yeah, but there should
retail
be a
store.
there could be a man
But they sell
store.
men's cologne.
We
They
should
sell
be-
men's
a
like
man
hair
store
products.
would be
and shit.
dope. Not like a man store, but like a man store.
Remember the man show? They had the girls jumping on the bikinis, on a trampoline in bikinis and shit.
I don't, that honestly, I wouldn't even picture that. I think in the man store, you just want the women out of the store. Just get the fuck out of here. Let me get what I want so I can get out of here.
Well, isn't that kind of like what the men's warehouse was? Except it was
No, they
like a
were
formal
suits.
wear. Yeah, but it's called the men's warehouse. It's not the men's and some women's.
Okay,
warehouse.
we got off topic. So I spray back. So the hair, the oil in the hair, right? I think the neck can become oily as well. So that mixes with your natural oils, and I feel like it just
Yeah, but it's way too much on your neck.
why you're fucking crazy. What is the difference?
Why do you need 2 sprays on your neck? Just lift your neck back and hit one. like that.
What the fuck?
Like, what are you doing this?
Why the fuck are you lifting your neck back to spray your neck? Why don't you just spray your neck like this?
So this way you get like a, you know what I mean? It disperses amongst your whole neck.
So Adam is telling us right now.
I don't do that.
There-
I'm just telling
he
you,
sprays
if you're going to do
to
2
spray
sprays on your
under
neck.
the neck where nobody goes unless they're going there for whatever reason. Also, who's going
What?
to? He sprays the top of his head, the hair.
Because I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Your
Don't
theory
knock
on
it
this
till you
is
try it.
bullshit.
No, your process is dumb. Why? I don't know. I don't understand the whole one spray on each side of the neck. It's too much. Don't you catch whiffs of that? You're like, damn, that's strong. Who got that much cologne on?
No, I
That's
like
because it's so close
to be
your
able to
face.
smell my cologne.
Yeah, no, word up. But like,
And I only do 2 sprays, so it doesn't matter. It's just still the same amount of 2 sprays, just on my neck.
It's all
it's
focused
not
on the
like
neck.
because I sprayed it on my neck, it's a different volume of spray. It's
no,
the
but
same
it's
still
but
two-
it's in a concentrated area of your body. Just all of it.
it's
is
all
right there.
concentrated on your body. You've thrown it in your hair, weirdo.
I think the neck thing is way weirder than the hair thing.
All right. If we have any women that watch, give us a fucking comment. Tell us what you think is the appropriate way for a man to wear cologne. Also, what is some of your favorite colognes? When we only have one woman that responds, it's only gonna be my. Like it's not. It's like we're not gonna get. Okay, even dudes. What's your favorite cologne? Like I'm curious. What's out there? Like honestly, guys wear cologne that are gay too, right? Like.
There's about 900,000 different kinds of cologne too, so it's hard to tell, man. It's hard to navigate the waters. But that's why when I first smelled that Blue Day Chanel shit, I'm like, I fucks with this. You know, it's like it's one of those.
The way you say it is just Blue Day Chanel over there, man. No, I
you know what I mean?
So I've been trying.
I'm not French.
Trying to go smell cologne is like the worst too, because you can after like 3, they all smell the same. Your nose is all fucking.
Yeah, that coffee
stopped
bean
up.
shit don't really work that well. You know?
No, I think you.
Trust me, I used to sell knockoffs.
Is
fucking-
there like a statute of?
You fucking
Is
with
that-
somebody who you know I've been around cologne enough, maybe fake cologne a lot of it. I sold them
I
knockoffs.
refuse to buy fake cologne.
Let me tell you something. The dirty whites and the
Like, are we talking about laundry?
no.
Like socks?
Nah, I'm
Yo,
talking
how
about-
you get your socks whiter again? Like,
Talking about people.
Is that even possible?
You got to do an entire load of whites and put bleach.
Oh, word.
how
Does
you do
that
it.
work?
I don't know.
You've never done it.
I have black socks.
You don't wear white socks?
Not pimping.
No, I mean sometimes white
Ever
socks
since
are
ever since
appropriate.
Cat Williams said
Sometimes white socks are appropriate. Nip did it.
Ever since
You saying
Cat-
Nip was wrong?
they have a different style in California. I
Man,
don't
you can have
ever-
that style anywhere you go. Every other city we go.
Listen, if you are
every other radio, no matter where I go, I see the same hoes.
If you are a blood
Is
or
that
a
because
Crip
the
or
hoes
some
were on
other
the
gangster, I usually do not comment on your apparel. You have fucking some khakis and
Yeah, but
high
you wouldn't
socks
wear- you
on
wouldn't
with some
wear-
Chuck Taylors. I don't know, man. That ain't my style in the first place. You do you.
Do you
But
think he was seeing the same hoes because they were like traveling to the same location he was going, or they were like he just meant that a hoe was a hoe and they looked the same to him? No offense to any of the hoes out there.
the same thing that Ludacris said on that, or Snoop said on that Ludacris song. Everywhere I go, see the same hoes.
So again, is that because they're following him from state to state? Like, damn hoes, give me some space.
Well, groupie girls got to go where there's groups to groupie to, or something.
I guess.
Anyway, so I did get one gift that I was first of all of them were dope. Like, I had a pretty good Christmas, I ain't gonna lie, but there was a standout, of course.
You didn't get a book that you didn't ask for?
Nah, I didn't because I don't like self-help books, so I don't do those.
But
things.
like a book, it's not a self-help book. It's literally a book, like a pretty inspirational story. Like Joe Budden interviewed the dude actually.
Yeah, no, I watched that.
On his Humans.
I watched that.
That shit was.
See, that's what I do instead of reading books. Is I watch the equivalent.
I've been kind of
whatever the story
lately.
is based
I've been
upon.
trying to stay away from other people's pods. Just like, you know what? I don't know. I know it might be some hating, and I'm gonna allow myself to hate for a couple of days. I'm not following. I just don't want to watch your podcast for a couple of days. We'll be back as soon as you start watching us.
So it's Sarah got me, right, sister. For those of you who are still unfamiliar, but we got some new subscribers. Gotta let them know. Got me a hoodie.
Listening, they're just watching me do this right now.
Yeah, you definitely give them all the fuel that they need. So she got me
Trying to get more subscribers, man.
It's a hoodie with my dog's face on it, And I was like, that's definitely dope.
How come you didn't wear that? It's dirty.
It needs to be washed. Yes.
You put it on. You put it on right away, which is a good sign of a gift you like.
And it's really soft.
I put like I put mom's watch on, and then I took both.
Nice watch.
I went with this watch, and then I had the watch she gave me, and then I just took them all off to avoid all conflict. I was like,
What's that? Is that Run It? That J. Cole? Like, nice watch.
What?
J. Cole.
Oh, I did not hear J. Cole.
Oh, the song.
Yeah,
Run
Mr.
It.
Nice Watch. Yeah. No, I didn't hear J. Cole at first. I was like, what did you just say to me, motherfucker? You want some chocolate hummus? The fuck did you just say to me?
That was funny. I was watching Chopped Champions yesterday.
I haven't watched Chopped in a minute.
And they gave like a basket.
You've got an elephant tusk. You have dirt from the ground. You've got 12 rocks.
Well, they gave him
and a bag of popcorn.
They gave him green chickpeas, which first of all I didn't know existed, and then peanut butter was one of the ingredients, chunky peanut butter. So guess what he made?
Peanut butter that was
Peanut butter hummus. And I was like, that reminds me of Mo, and I don't think he'd be happy with that.
I mean, I probably would have done the same, to be honest.
Well, he had other things, but that was one of the ingredients.
I would have mashed it all together. I'd have had green chickpeas with brown peanut butter. It should have looked like, what's brown and green go together? What's that color?
I don't know, but it definitely reminds me of doo-doo no matter which way you try to.
It's doo-doo, baby.
But yeah, so that was a dope the hoodie. I also got a concealed carry class, which I'm going to go and sign up for and get that taken care of.
Get that shit done, man.
Get my gats and guns and whatnot.
That's a freaking musket.
But yeah, it was a good Christmas. December is cool because it's always like a lot of family time and whatnot, and and then after New Year's, everything kind of slows down a little bit. Sarah's birthday hits, and
Sarah's birthday a couple days from now.
Happy birthday to Sarah!
Happy birthday!
Before our next broadcast, it will be have happened. I don't think that's the proper wording of that, but whatever.
Nope.
Yeah, so then things kind of just slow down. I had a lot of time off in December because my company, they don't allow you to carry over PTO, right? Mm-hmm. And I had like I think going into December, I had like something like 120 hours, something like that, a lot of time. So I damn near took off the equivalent of 3 weeks this month.
Nice.
It's been nice. And then the rest of the year just slows down and there's no PTO because I couldn't roll any over.
That's ridiculous. The fact that you can't roll over and it has to accumulate from the beginning of the year is a bunch of bullshit.
It's craziness. But yeah, so that's what we've been up to in the time that we've been out, It's been cool. Hopefully everybody out there had a good holiday. If you celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever you do,
as you do.
Have a good time.
We're sorry we weren't able to release a podcast for those who wanted to hear us speak on a Tuesday morning, but
For those who wanted to look at our feet on a Tuesday morning,
weirdos. We're back though.
we are indeed.
Speaking of Christmas, did you see the video of Derrick Rose with his baby mama and his fiance, who is also his baby mama?
Derrick Rose is
Those girls, those ladies were in matching PJs with the kids.
Derrick Rose is
He's elevated to a new height of enlightenment.
Derrick Rose is a G, man. I just you got your current and your baby mama, who's just automatically just gonna be in your life anyway, to coexist on the day of your celebration, whatever. I don't know if it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, whatever they do. You got them rocking the same PJs.
Yeah.
Snapping pictures, smiles, everybody happy.
Drinking wine, having fun.
I was like, damn, look what money do to you.
Man, that's craziness. But
ain't nobody broke is pulling that off.
Shout out to Derrick Rose.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, that shit was. I saw that. I was like, all right, well, that looked like some dope shit. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man.
In sports again, Tom Brady said he's pretty much retiring at the end of the season.
Listen, man.
Now
we've heard it before. He did it before. He came back. He's whatever. Yeah.
Do you think
he just wanted to get Giselle up out of here?
So if she files,
he's like, if I stick with this, she's gonna bounce.
If she files for divorce, does she get alimony?
I think they already filed. She already filed for divorce. I think.
Right, but only because he decided to go back. So
I'm sure they have some
what I'm saying
in
is,
place.
If she files for divorce, does alimony go out the window? Does it only apply if you file?
I think
you know how like when you leave an employer, if they fire you, you get unemployment, but if you quit, you don't get any unemployment. Is that the way that alimony works?
It probably. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm sure they have a prenup, right? But I doubt that the terms of the prenup are like, oh, if you continue doing the profession that you were doing when I met you, I get to leave. Like, I don't think that's part of the terms. So I imagine that she's probably like, listen, I got it enough in my pocket. I don't need your money, but I'm out of here.
Unless she's mad at him.
Well, yeah,
all that's out the window.
Listen, I hate to stereotype, but women can be spiteful in that way, and sometimes some money is
that can go all out the window as soon as that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care. He gave us some entertaining football games. The man is good. What are you gonna do? You know?
No, I agree. I think he's
but he's also old now at this point. He can
you saw the deterioration. Right. Of him,
yes,
pretty quickly. I mean, that's kind of how it happens.
Well, last year he won the championship.
Like when a pipe freezes in like copper piping, it doesn't freeze until it all freezes at once, right? That's I just learned that. So I just put that little tidbit of information.
Have mad faucets dripping. Throughout the cold days.
That freezing happens like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how aging happens in sports.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, though he doesn't seem to, he's slowed down, obviously. And I know you don't care to talk about it, but LeBron James, right? No, the question
got to bring it back to LeBron.
Do you think that...
Always going to have a LeBron cake.
All right. Do you think if MJ would have stayed, because he played, remember, there were some breaks between playing. So MJ didn't play straight through. This is why the argument of him being the greatest is more solid, because he got the numbers and the things he did in a shorter span of time.
Yes.
But if MJ played,
a higher clip of
if MJ played through both retirements and then retired again, I think he retired in 2003.
And he was like 41 or something like that.
Yeah. Do you think that we would have seen a steep drop off in his because I don't know, maybe football's a little different in that way, where it's so much more obvious that it's happening.
Well, especially when you're the quarterback.
Yeah,
all eyes are on you as a quarterback position. Not that like when you're an MJ, all eyes are on you, of course, too. But when you're the quarterback, the ball, everything starts with you.
Yeah,
the entire play develops in your hands.
So if your reaction time, your speed, everything is dwindling, it's more.
Now he's had the luxury of having good protection throughout his career. His offensive line has always been able to hold him down. He has been sacked minimally. He has taken a lot less abuse than a lot of quarterbacks have. So his longevity, he's 45 now, right? Is that what they said? He's 40. He's in his 40s somewhere.
It's fucking old.
So he's been able to.
Tom Brady, too fucking old.
He's been able to evade father time a little bit better than quarterbacks before him and current ones, whatever, because of the fact that he's just had protection that has allowed him to not have so much rehab to go through, not have so much injury to recover from. Like, that's a big thing, especially in football.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
That's key.
I think
That's key. You got to know when to hang him up.
Yeah.
I mean, they said that LeBron even alluded to some sort of, not that he's retiring, but like the idea that he doesn't know how much longer. He doesn't want to just play to play.
Yeah.
Play at a high level just to play at a high level.
They're saying his other son is better than Bronny.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's bigger. Like, I think he's a bigger body.
He's getting a lot of attention.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I was just listening.
I mean, honestly, if they're good enough, let them. That's fine. I don't like the idea of letting a player in the league because of the fact that he's a legacy player. Nepotism exists, though.
They were just talking about that in the like Hollywood world, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, Kate Hudson's like, but that happens more in other like whatever career paths and shit like that than it does in Hollywood. And if you're good, then you're good. I'm like, bitch, come on. You could be good, but how? I mean, listen, as long as you're like not jittery in front of the camera and you can remember your lines, I don't think acting is really that hard. But also, like, yeah, the doors are open for you based on who your parents are, or whoever the person who's closest to you. Like if your uncle's there and you're like behind him and you shoot and you're fucking like whatever, he puts you in commercials with him and shit. Like, you're going to get notoriety in the world just because of that.
Yeah, no,
opportunity that you wouldn't otherwise have. So
I mean, there's something to that, and I just in sports I don't like to see it, specifically basketball, because I don't know.
Sports are a little bit different to me.
Huh?
Yeah, it's more evident for sure. That's why sports are a little bit different than acting to me, because your number's going to tell the story. So even if
your production is what it is.
If you don't look like you're the most fluid on the court, if your numbers are good, I mean, we can't argue with that, really.
No, of course.
But I don't know. I mean, whatever. Like, I'm not necessarily against the whole legacy act. I do think it hurts some people who, like Jadakiss said, why is brother up north better than Jordan but didn't get that break?
Yeah.
Because you just didn't get the spotlight on you the same way because
didn't work
all
out
these,
that way.
Yeah, whatever. It's all about the attention that you're able to draw, I guess.
That's it. I mean, that's really, but that's the eye test. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is. So.
But if you're a legacy, right? Your parent has been a hooper and he's been a successful hooper for 20 years. Scouts are going to look at you if you're playing.
Yeah.
They're going to come to see you and see what you do.
And that's the unfair advantage of it. But if you can produce, then more power to you. That's what I feel about that.
Definitely agree. Real fast, let's get some of the sad / happy out of the way. I mean, listen, Barbara Walters passed.
Oh, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Barbara Walters. Super legend. Crazy interviews, career that's just been storied.
By all accounts, a great woman.
92, 93 years old, something like that. I had no idea she was that old.
No, but you haven't seen her in a while, so think about that.
But she was one of those pure reporters, you know what I mean? Like, she had some of the better interviews.
She came from that era.
What did Dave Chappelle say in Half Baked? He's like, he opened up to me like he was Barbara Walters.
Rest in peace to Barbara Walters for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And then I don't really follow too much of the religious stuff, but I know this is kind of a big story that Pope Benedict something.
Oh, he passed away.
He passed as well.
Yeah.
They said he's the only pope to step down in 600 years.
He's like, fuck this.
I think it was all like during the time where all like the nasty priests coming, all that shit was coming to light, and he wasn't about to protect them, so he was like, I'm out.
I'm getting out.
So respect to him for that. Rest in peace to him.
If that's in fact what he was doing.
Yeah, for sure. As long as he's not he wasn't trying to be like, oh yeah, I was part of that. Let me bounce before they catch on. And in that world, it's just hard to tell, man. Everything's kind of nasty.
You never know.
Yeah. There was a couple other stories that happened, obviously, in the last 3 weeks. I think R. Kelly is gonna have a baby.
I'm not even gonna touch that one. I don't know how that even occurs. Like, how do you get conjugal visits?
I don't know.
He got conjugal visits. They get R.
Evidently.
Kelly on conjugal visits. This motherfucker said he had
Well,
two
they can-
surgeries in there already.
They can check the IDs
They
of
said
the
he's
people
like
who are
damn
coming
near
in.
died, like just been fucking sick and like, all right, man. Well, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, and how are you exposed to all this? Stay in your cell, R. Kelly. What if that's how they address him? R. Kelly. Yeah.
They have that's their favorite thing in there. They make him sing.
I wish, just for comedy's sake, that everything he did had to be sung for the rest of his life.
Free R. Kelly, man. It was that guy.
That's not our sentiment.
No. Around his whole thing where he did the interview
We're talking about the
and
fuck
whatever.
you talking about, guy from Chicago.
Yeah. If you've been
Adam
following our
did
pod
a
for a while,
poor job of introducing that.
if you follow our pod for a while, you know that we made fun of that for a while. It's pretty good.
Alienated all the motherfuckers.
No. There's probably a large number of them, like older hoochie mamas that are like, yeah.
Ain't nothing but a hooch mama.
Tory Lanez has been found guilty.
Yeah, that surprised me a bit. I don't think we found anything out about the truth. Nobody. I don't think the truth has been. Say what you want. That trial was handled weird. The truth never really came out. It won't come out.
Yeah.
If you believe that this is exactly what happened, then I think you're nuts, because I don't believe it is, because nobody was able to say anything definitive. It was a weird ass whatever.
Some of the entertaining parts about that was the whole Vivica Fox, Joe Budden back and forth.
I will say, man, he was not acting accordingly for somebody's that small about to go to jail.
True.
That's all I got to say.
It's true. His pops was not happy.
No, he wasn't. And he was definitely...
He definitely gave some like Jesse Jackson civil rights.
Yeah, I was wondering what
thing
the hell,
there.
why he was like definitely...
I was like, but like if your son shot somebody, then that's different. But all right.
Yeah, but the thing is, nobody said that Tory shot her.
No.
She said
But they said that he fired a gun, which
they said
some
that
of the
old girl
charges
fired a gun too.
Some of the charges were different. It was like reckless.
Yeah, that's the thing. The semantics of it.
Yeah, of course. But they're saying he was still facing like 22 years. But then they were like, of course, he's gonna come around on appeal.
He's facing a long time in jail, bro.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yep. So I don't know. I mean, listen, not that this has anything to do with the terrible story, but Meg is bad. Also, she was a little bit.
Come to not like her as much anymore.
She's a little bit loose, you know, a little bit loose
Seems to
out
be a
there.
little loose.
Little bit out there.
Loose as a goose.
You know, she got her man, but she also out there fucking Tory Lanez, and Tory Lanez also out there fucking multiple bitches. And
for a dude that's 5'5", he was getting some pussy.
When you can sing, you got that.
That's just a small man.
Trey Songz they're about to cancel Trey. It's fucked up, man. $1 in a dream, you know. Who would have saw that coming? Yeah, things just nasty out there.
So you said that there was some good stuff. All this has been pretty.
No, I said there was other things to discuss. I don't think I said good stuff.
You said there's some good too. I said okay. Well, I was waiting for that.
Good topics.
Oh, okay.
I think that was really where I was at with it. Good stuff.
Well, so it's close to that time. I guess you got anything else to talk about since we've been gone for so long? I'm sure things will pop up. We'll think about it.
Yeah, probably. I've been gone too long. True or false, right or wrong?
I don't know. I guess we got sneakers?
Yeah, we can do them. I mean, you know, obviously.
Have you tried for anything? Won anything recently?
I tried for the twos.
I tried so hard to lose it all. In the end, it didn't even matter.
Oh, I was watching when Jay did Linkin Park collab.
Oh.
They were in the studio together and all that shit. That's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it was right around that Unplugged era with Jay.
Yep.
So no, huh? No shoes?
No, I tried for them, but
Did you
mind
try
you,
for the twos?
my try for that shit is now like
You tried
Foot
for
Locker
the twos?
reservations. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They were. You could have got a size 12 like 3 hours after they came out.
I mean, you know, it's not whatever. It was like,
But
it was like if I get them, I get them. Whatever.
That's sat just like the Cardinal 7s are sitting, and then the Gorge Greens, which I was at JD Sports yesterday at that dead mall I told you about. If you're from Chicago, you know Lincolnwood Mall, dead mall. But those Gorge Greens, pretty nice quality. It seemed like pretty soft. I was like almost willing to buy them because of that. But the green isn't. There's something about the green. It turns me off.
I told you the green isn't the problem for me. It's the metallic. It's the
I don't
metallic
think
logo.
I don't have an issue with that.
I don't need it. I don't. I can. Yeah.
I don't have an issue with that. I just have an issue with. I think the green, maybe. Oh, but I think I seen that they're gonna release one anyway.
It's
Like
because you let the pine green set the standard for what a green should look like on a
no,
one.
but like even the black toe, they got coming out. I think they actually have a black and what are the black and blue pair of Jordan 1 OGs coming out 2024. I hate when they do that. It's like
Quite a
why
ways
would you
away.
tell me now?
Yeah, because it's only January 1st today.
Why would you say that to me now? But there are some OGs coming out soon.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
looking
yeah, I
forward-
take a look at some
I'm
of
gonna
them
try
things.
to get
You
them.
know,
But for now,
bonus time coming up and whatnot. You know, maybe
Yeah.
I'll grab a pair or something. You know?
honestly, I could. There's shoes that I wouldn't mind. Like it's funny how your thought processes change because 2010, 2011 me or whatever when they were doing like maybe even a little before like the Cardinal 7s would have jumped at the chance to get them. You know, these 2s I probably would have jumped at. I didn't even try for them. They honestly were just, to me, it's a big, bulky shoe. It's a dope shoe to have, but I don't really have any room to just be.
I mean, again, the
having
Wingets were
sneakers.
like the main ones that I wanted, and I got those mellow shoes as well.
Right, and that's cool, but like.
Shout out to what he was a nugget. You know what I mean? It's a throwback to
Oh, when he was a wee nugget. Yeah.
back when he played with Birdman and all those guys.
I did buy Vivi the Starfish Air Jordan 1s. Listen, Nike Air Jordan like to send a big fuck you to just in general.
Always, yeah.
Just in general, but for now especially because those shoes should be a male release as well.
I keep telling you, my gripe with this is a man shoe that comes out or a men's sneaker.
You can get in women's size.
A woman can size down or whatever to
Yes.
fit into it, but there's no way for a man to get it.
Nope.
And
There
women,
is. If you wear up to a 10.5, you can get a women's shoe.
Yeah, but I wear a 12.
I'm saying.
So for me,
dude.
I cannot.
I'm saying but if you can't,
The average full size adult male cannot.
No, I don't. I think you're wrong.
Oh,
I think you'd be surprised how many people
bunch of
have,
little foot bastards.
Like I think you'd be surprised how many people have small feet for being a at least average sized male. But
you know what they say about a dude with small feet?
dude, 10.5.
Smaller shoes.
Dude, I wish I could fit those. I promise you, fucking dope. The
Women get a
material,
lot of
and
nice
then
colorways that
it
we
comes
don't
with-
have access to.
It comes with 2 tags, right? Did you see the picture? It's like one like orange Nike tag leather, and then like a brown Jordan tag that's leather as well, like super soft. I was like, this is like I've never seen this type of treatment before. Her shoes were laced up. You know how like we have to lace ours from the bottom? Like what is this? I guess that makes sense if you're gonna switch the laces out.
Well, that might be an indication that they were tried on.
They weren't. You could tell they weren't.
How do you know?
For sure. I could just tell.
Somebody in the store was like, "Oh, put my
No,
foot in
you could
here."
tell. You could tell they weren't tried on. They were. I've seen enough DS shoes where I know that they weren't tried on.
Well, you know,
You got any dead stock right now that you haven't worn?
just those more of tempo Gym Red. But I also have a pair of those that are not dead stock. So
Right. That's why. I have. I still haven't worn the Stealths.
I have a few that look like they're dead stock, but I wore them on the pod. So
Yeah, I mean, kind of dead stock.
kind of.
Worn one time on carpet in one room that they're stored in.
Still used under the eyes of the collector.
And then I have the the Visionaries. Those will be worn probably springtime. You know, I got a hat to match them and shit. Maybe vacation shoe. To be honest, it's bright, it's light green like a motherfucker, like highlighter green. It's pretty nice.
With the hat to match. Remember,
I do have the hat to match. Anyway, but right now, what are you wearing?
I got I'm not sure what the actual name of these the colorway is, but they're more up tempos.
They're just like the OG more up tempo though, right?
Yeah, black with the white writing around it.
No, those are dope. Well, I think I'm gonna get a pair of those next time I get the chance.
Yeah, fucks with them, man.
Nice to have.
More up
I think-
tempos are
I
a
think-
staple in my collection.
That'll be a dope shoe specifically to put in like a glass case and have on the shelf just because the air.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool shoe to have.
It's true.
Well, I have these. I think these.
They know what you got, man. It's been all up in the camera for that.
You know. But these are like a 06 or 07. I forget the metallic black Jordan 5s. You could tell because look at the yellowing That's what they call you can't get these because you can't. This yellowing, I don't know how you can mimic this. Even like on this part, it actually leaves a nice effect.
Yeah, I've seen it look worse.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of actually like it gives it like a different kind of look. Like in this light,
Yeah,
that it's like a gold yellow. So I fuck with it.
yeah. The only pair of 10s that I have is
I'm
starting to do
wireless.
that, and maybe I'll let them get a little bit more,
I like
crusty
the-
yellow looking.
I like the yellowing. Is nothing wrong with it. You know, I think I'm aware.
Well, but like compared to what it looked like when it's fresh, it either has to look like brand new or it has to look like it's been aged for a while.
Well, that's how this kind of shoe is, and I'm gonna hit these with some Rejuvenators soon too. Probably in the next few days. I got some shoes I want to clean. I'm gonna throw some white laces in for the summertime too.
Okay.
I'll rock these joints.
Summer.
I'm gonna try to get some more of these shoes out of the box and rocked a little bit more this coming year. You know.
Oh, real fast, but I know you haven't been on the pod shit, but I was listening a little bit today. Math Hoffa got some controversy with the locks, right?
Oh yeah, I know about that. I do know about that. Styles went on IG talking about it.
Well, because in like the same week, Styles was on the show, and then
Hood.
J Hood was on the show, and they didn't ask Styles about the J Hood shit. Mostly because he said he blames Mecca for that.
Sterling silver shining all nice and shit. What'd you say?
Matt said he blamed Mecca for the fact that they didn't get to that because he just kept like transitioning.
Yeah, I saw.
But they did ask J Hood about it. I ain't watched the J Hood one yet.
No, I didn't.
But
I don't really watch every one of them, and especially since
depends who he has on there.
He won't have the whole episode up there, so I don't really watch it like that.
Well, he does. He just eventually puts it out.
Later,
like it takes him like a month.
Like he still hasn't put up that Derrick Rose one.
No, I think it's out now.
No, the full one. I haven't come across it at all.
It is. But yeah, he clips you to death.
Yeah, it's a lot.
He'll definitely give you like
which we intend to do too. We're gonna clip you so hard. We don't want you to die, so we're not gonna clip you to death. Because if you die, then you won't watch, and now our show.
But we're gonna clip you within an inch of your life.
Selfishly, without your view, our show's view go down. Not the fact that you died being the worst part about it, but you know.
But it's not good either. All right, y'all. We definitely appreciate you tuning back in if you did indeed tune back in. This has been episode 163 of the Kasson Avenue Pod. Hopefully, if we take like a hiatus for a couple weeks again, we'll let you know in advance.
We don't
really plan
intend
it.
To, obviously.
No, I mean, again, listen.
Things happen.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions, as they say.
Right.
But we do appreciate
if it's
y'all.
within our control, we will be back.
Yeah. Word. So hit that subscribe button. Tell your peoples.
We're too close to that 200 to not go to 200.
Yeah.
Man, close.
Catch y'all later.
Peace, y'all.